Today's video is for the future assistant professors, and I do believe that this video will help you a lot. One thing that I'd like to clarify, that the purpose of making this video is not to reveal the secrecy of Viva board. Rather, it is only my personal observation. So this will help you to have just an overview or outlook. So it will help you to make your planning, nothing else. Don't think it to be as final, because Viva, which is a matter of uncertainty. And my suggestion is that take your preparation according to your own planning and read voraciously. So once again, I'm just sharing my personal experience and which are the important questions, or which were my areas. Everything will be discussed in this video. So dear viewers, just look at it. WBCSC interview. So WBCSC interview, as it is the interview of selecting assistant professors of different subjects in West Bengal, that means this interview will be not so easy. Rather, it will encompass many things, and henceforth your preparation should be crisp and should be full of confidence. Understood? Don't take it too seriously. That means you will take your preparation properly, and you'll be confident, you'll be calm and composed. Remember that no one in this world knows everything, and henceforth keep your confidence that you know many things related to your subject, and henceforth there is nothing to worry. So general questions, after entering inside the board, you will be asked general questions, that means introductory queries. So your name, thereafter address, yes, what are you doing right now, thereafter master's pass out year, yes, thereafter name of the university. So these are some of the specimen of common questions, introductory questions. So you will feel at ease, you will feel at home. Yes, you will not lose your temperament. You will deliver your answers politely and having a little smile. Yes, and thereafter, have you cleared NET? Did you do MPhil, NET or SET? Okay. Did you do MPhil, or are you pursuing PhD? How many publications you have? Do you have any publication or not? If you have, how many? So if you are doing PhD, then what is your research area? Thereafter, what is or was the special paper in master's degree? Okay, so these types of questions generally they ask. Thereafter, 3 areas of your choice. So in my board, they asked me three areas. That means a candidate who is asked or was asked to name three areas of his choice or her choice. That means the choice is of the candidate. And thereafter, three areas that I mentioned: Tennyson, that means three poets; Keats, Blake. Anyone can prepare anything related to these poets or other topics. Okay, so English, that is my subject, and henceforth I'm giving the examples related to my own subject. So Tennyson, Keats, Blake, that I mentioned. And then they asked me to give a demonstration on Tennyson. And thereafter, I used the whiteboard. A whiteboard is generally kept inside the interview board inside the room, and I used the board and I wrote the points and what is the topic of my demonstration. The topic of my demonstration, that was Tennyson as a representative of the Victorian age. That was my topic of demonstration. And I focused on the poems. Yes, on the poems like Ulysses, In Memoriam, thereafter The Princess, thereafter The Lady of Shalott, and The Lotus Eaters. So it is not possible to focus on all the poems, but specific and important poems that I opted, and I delivered a lecture around 6 or 7 minutes, as far as I have remembered, on this topic, and I focused on these poems: Ulysses, In Memoriam, The Princess, The Lady of Shalott, The Lotus Eaters. Okay, so after that they asked me many other questions. One thing that I'd like to tell, that when I demonstrated my topic, I focused on these poems. At the same time, I tried my best to concentrate on these matters: critical overview, thereafter philosophical context, thereafter women or women's education, thereafter this representation of the Victorian period. So this is my topic. I focused on that or these poems, and my outlook, that was on these aspects. So in that way I made my demonstration and provided this. After that, they asked me, the board asked me many questions related to the subject area, that means English literature. At the same time, they asked me many questions on Keats, that means romantic period, romantic age, romantic poetry, romantic poets, romanticism, many aspects. They asked me questions from In Memoriam. Yes, philosophical context of In Memoriam. Yes, thereafter from The Princess, education, women's education, from Blake, they asked about child labor. So this type of questions they asked me. In that circumstances, I want to tell you one very important measure. When you are giving or mentioning the areas, remember that they will ask you the questions from your areas. And if you don't able to answer them properly, it will certainly be negative for you. So prepare your areas minutely, precisely. Okay? They also asked me about literary terms. As far as I have remembered, they asked me a question from tragic hero. Yes. Tragic hero, its definition and example like that. Common question, and I answered this. What I did, Calcutta University old syllabus I followed, and there was a list of literary terms in that old syllabus of Calcutta University. So one can easily follow this. It is really helpful. Here another thing that I would like to tell, that literary theory and criticism. What happened as I opted Tennyson, Keats, Blake? They didn't ask me any question related to literary theory and criticism. So it depends on the board or the member or members of the board whether they will ask or not. But if literary theory and criticism or the theory or theories are not connected to your area, there is the possibility that they will not ask. But it is not certain. Another thing, if the areas are connected to the theory or theories, they may ask or will ask. It is very common to understand. So what I am trying to tell, that you have to be conscious, or you have to prepare the literary theory or theories minutely, because if they ask, then you should have to answer them properly. So be confident and take your preparation precisely, and I do believe that you will be certainly able to clear WBCSC.